Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, if you haven't heard, I'm very excited to tell you, myself, O'Leary, and Green Bean have started our own channel, Talkin' Jets channel. That's right, the Talkin' Jets panel that has lived on my channel for the last few years is moving over to this new channel, and we're going to have a whole lot of more that's not a good way to say that. There's going to be a lot more content that's going to be coming your way because of us teaming up. We have our own talkinjets.com, which if you want to get in on a ticket group buy, the three of us are going to lead a contingent of Jet fans to one of the home games this year. We haven't quite picked our game yet, so if you want to get the latest news on that, there's a little email thing if you want to sign up and get notified for when we drop those tickets. But let's move on to today's topic of the day, and that is Dalvin Cook. Big time running back in the NFL. Where could he be going? There's been rumors saying all over the AFC East, and today I came across a whole lot of people asking me, is Dalvin Cook actually possibly going to the New York Jets? So let's talk a little bit about the rumor, we'll talk a little bit about the stats, and where we kind of fall on how I feel about this overall. So the rumor is coming from the dude that runs this YouTube channel. BDGE Media. They say we're planet Earth's first fantasy football lifestyle brand. So grain of salt, I guess, with this one. The Twitter feed looks like this. So Nick, I guess, is the dude that's saying all this stuff. He's got 22,000 followers. Again, grain of salt here. Per my illustrious sources, Minnesota is still trying to trade Dalvin Cook, but he's agreed to an $11 million deal, or around $11 million deal, with the New York Jets, just waiting to be let go by Minnesota before dipping the feather in ink. It's about as done of a deal as anything, is what he says. Hashtag NickyLeaks. I actually really like that. I enjoy that. But then he says, I'm told the deal is done like dinner. Buffalo came in and offered, but New York was too strong. It's possible Minnesota finds a trade partner, but I'm told that the deal is done like salmon after 12 minutes at 450. Not my words. Update. Or is it? Boom, update. I'm told that the deal with the Jets is done like a lawn chair underneath Eddie Lacy. Again, not my words. So again, we're talking like grains of salt. I don't really... I'll let you know my thoughts in just a second. Let's talk a little bit about Dalvin Cook. He is 5'10", 210 pounds, 28 years old. If traded, he would cost his new team $10.4, $11.9, and $13.9 million over the course of these next 3 years. He can really be cut this year without too much of a dead cap hit. If he were traded, he would save the Vikings $11 million in salary cap this year, and he would save $9 million against the cap this year if he's just cut outright. Over the cap values him at $8.5 million based on what his performance was last year. His stats last year, 265 rush attempts, 1,173 yards, 8 touchdowns. He also had 39 receptions, 295 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So really productive running back. He's actually the top back that I liked coming out of his draft class. Like more than Leonard Fournette, more than Christian McCaffrey, which in hindsight, I probably should have liked Christian McCaffrey more, but was really high on Dalvin Cook coming out of FSU. And really the only reason I didn't want to pursue him more at that point in time, one, I guess running back early always kind of scares you, but two, he had like a lot of like legal issues going on at one point. But now there's the potential of him getting released by Minnesota. Why would Minnesota do this? Well, clearly it's the salary cap implications. And Dalvin Cook has really been rumored to 2 teams in general. The 2 teams that we've been talking about are the Buffalo Bills, where his brother, James Cook, currently plays. He was drafted out of Georgia last year by the Bills. And Miami, if he wanted to go back down home to Florida. And it's seemingly, for me, it feels like this could be like the Vikings coming out and saying, oh, well, we need to have, we really want to trade him. We don't want to have to just cut him loose because it's going to look bad across the board. Maybe we can get Buffalo, maybe we can get Miami to bite on this type of trade. And when I'm seeing the Jets name thrown out there, I'm kind of like, I'm scratching my head a little bit, but at the same time, there was rumors the Jets were in on Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs in the draft this past year. Would have taken either one of them if they were at 15 because they're looking for that dynamic kind of back. And I'll be honest, when I'm thinking about running backs, I like our stable of backs. I really like Breece Hall. It sounds like he's coming along really well from his surgery. But even if you had to hold him out for a little bit, you got Michael Carter, Bam Knight, and Izzy, who we just brought in from Pitt. So I do think our running back room is pretty strong, but I guess the thought that the Jets were already looking at, other running back options is interesting to me, because that's where I think the connection sort of is with Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook could take a ton of pressure off Breece Hall coming back from injury. You could really bring him along nice and slow. You could save both their legs over the course of a season. Imagine having that 1-2 punch of Breece and Dalvin Cook. Now, as far as like the contract, he sort of agreed to a contract of $11 million with the New York Jets. That's not going to happen. Joe Douglas is not going to be tampering. He's not going to risk losing draft picks. I do think there's some maybe level of interest if he shakes free. Him having played against Aaron Rodgers within the NFC North, I think there could be some intrigue there, but more likely than not, I really view this as the Vikings' way to try and get the Bills or Dolphins to trade for Dalvin Cook prior to just releasing him and having him sign there anyway. So I like that the Jets are involved in this. We have a bunch of cap. I think we're sitting around $24 or $28 million in salary cap space right now. I would like to allocate a good portion of that both to Quinnen Williams and also moving some money onto the Aaron Rodgers side of the contract for this year, because right now he's only due like $1.1 million against our cap. And that number just probably should not stay that number. You want to absorb some of that in a year here. But Dalvin Cook brings the receiving threat out of the backfield, is a violent runner, and has some breakaway speed. I really like Dalvin Cook. I would love to see this type of move happen. I don't buy that this is actually anything at all. I think this is more of a nothing burger than anything else. But guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you really want Dalvin Cook? Are you hoping this is a legitimate rumor or any kind of smoke to this sort of fire? Or are you just saying, hey, this is the Vikings purely trying to get some trade stuff at all? Maybe I don't know. A box of rocks would be worth something, right? Like you could at least get a box of rocks for Dalvin Cook if you were just going to cut him loose anyway. So I think it's them just trying to find a trade partner. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And as always, go Jets.